Well, let's welcome everybody to this February new moon. It is the last new moon of the winter season, which is kind of nice.
Thank God for that.
It is. So the next time we meet, we're going to be in daylight savings in the United States. Europe
Yeah,
will catch up maybe by the next new moon, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, so
Not a moment too soon.
everybody just needs to take a deep breath in and let it out.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mickey and I have been talking about, I have felt since we were together last time for the full moon that I have been going through a dark night of the soul.
Hmm.
And I have been going through, I've had nightmares, I've had angst, and it's been a multitude of different ideas. It's not just spiritual, it seems to be every part of my life. And the things that we have been saying, I've been trying really hard to practice that. Don't focus on the things that are triggers for me. And whatever that is for you. Like I found that I had to remove myself from some very public spaces, but here I am doing live. But this one's okay. Well,
But you're doing your thing on your terms.
it,
So you were making adjustments to the now that you were finished with.
yes. So yesterday, things seem to get a little bit better. Now, today, a few things have come to a
Yeah, good.
close. A close. I mean, and honestly, it's not good or bad. It just is, oh, it's finished. Like, so
Yeah.
there's part of my life that's finished. And, I've been going through a kind of a grief. It's not losing a partner, a very close person, but it nonetheless is going on. And whatever is going on for each person that's listening here, whatever those triggers are, some of them we have to attend to, and sometimes the answer is just attend to them quickly and be done with it. And that makes you feel better. Others just try to avoid looking at those triggers. So that has worked for me, but it's been a very difficult time.
This has been a very difficult time.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's been where you like, excuse me, really just throwing your hands up saying, what the hell else?
I,
And every 30 minutes, there was a new challenge. And it hinged on the previous. And you couldn't even deal with that one because you were busy trying to navigate the new thing.
so here's a funny thing that just came to me. What else? You're just inviting more in.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I shouldn't have said that. You're right.
Well, I just,
But the whole thing of throwing your hands up, going
mhm,
that's
yeah,
that's been very, very, very pronounced.
yes.
And I mean, I recuperate in between, and like people like you put me back on straight and narrow. That's great. We do that for each other, and I love it.
Yeah. Now let me
Yeah.
respond. We got a bunch of people on. I'm so happy to see everybody. So Audrey, hello.
Hi, Audrey.
And
Nice to see
Carol
you.
and Carol is on. Hi, Carol.
And Carol.
Marianne is on. Hi.
Hello.
And Connie is on. She says, "Hello, I found y'all." Connie was she lost us. And she didn't
Yes, so did I.
she didn't know how to find us. So I kind of helped her. Hopefully, I gave her the right advice. So I'm so glad to see everybody here and everybody that speaking up and those that are lurkers. That's a weird word, but lurkers.
I'll give you an example of what I was saying about the transformation that's going on right now, the triggering. As you well recognize, I have been 10 days of having every email address that I have cut off and offline and wouldn't accept the password. And I was remembering the wrong ones. Even on documents where I'd written it down, I had not updated them and I had old passwords. So I was locked out. I was locked out of Facebook, locked out of YouTube, locked out of all my emails, etc. So do you have any idea how frustrating that is?
And I just asked Mickey, I'm like, oh, I was so worried your new computer wouldn't work on Zoom. And she goes, I'm on my old one.
That's right. I'm doing the tried and true right now. I'm
Okay.
not
We'll
gonna
test your new computer a little bit later.
another day.
For the
Yes.
live, we're good. Oh my God. But it is that kind of a time.
Yes.
Spring is coming and it is transformation and we're feeling it all over. And I never used to like the idea of a dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
If you can navigate through that, not by avoidance, but actually go through it, feel it, understand it, know why it's happening, and get past it to the other side,
Yeah. You
that
have to lay low, take a
there's your
deep breath, lay
transformation.
low, and chill.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
right. And
resistance just makes it worse.
it does. And that's what I mean by, whatever your triggers are, just don't look at them. If it's a certain kind of a group, or if it's the TV news, or if it's going to a certain place for dinner that triggers you every time. Just avoid
Don't
those
do
trigger
it.
things. Yeah. And go and you know what? Listen to music. Do something that makes you happy. I really believe the reason we're here on earth is to experience joy.
Yes.
And and
But
so
it's also to experience and understand how to not manifest what we don't want.
yes.
So it's not all joy and giggles. It's knowing that when it's not, it's still part of the joy. There's an
Hmm.
underbelly to joy where you're learning to understand it fully,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
It's part of the
instead of
lesson.
just the flash top part where you're going, oh, but you've got to understand why that's so welcome. What was it like when you didn't have that? Oh, yeah, right. So I'm going to really cherish it. I'm really not going to mess around with it.
Right. 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 Yeah.
I
So
mean, it's FAFO. And those of you who don't know what that is, just Google it. I'm not going to tell you.
she told me earlier.
I'm not going to tell you on here.
Oh, that is so funny.
Oh, gosh. This is an amazing time. I was going through some videos and stuff that I normally watch, and one of them had a message that I immediately wrote down. Kate, colon, to be sure and tell you, it says, among other things, the person was saying, and they said, and your life will become an ecstatic explosion of synchronicity, and it will build and build and build and continue to expand and grow in that way. Excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat. Oh, but I have to find anti-triggers, I'll call it. You
Oh.
talking about
Mm-hmm.
avoiding your triggers. If you have not outrun one of them, excuse me, my eyes are watering.
Do
If
you,
you have not outrun one and it's catching up to you, you're going to have to stand your ground, take a deep breath, hug the ground, take a deep breath and just lay low
mm-hmm.
and simply get through it from
Yeah.
minute to minute.
Yeah. Yes.
If you have to talk yourself from minute to minute, that's okay. If that's what it takes, that's all that's important is this now, and I'm going to turn it into another now. And right after that, I've pulled another now. And that's all they are, is the current now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you
Right.
can work on it a little at a time and get to the next moment. Oh my goodness.
Because when we're in that place of angst or our triggers are being pushed,
Yeah.
we're usually never in the now. Where it's either we're worrying about something that may happen in the future, or we're paying attention to things that happened in the past that they're over, that's not the now anymore. So
Yeah.
if you're in the now, like someone told me about this 2 minute rule, and it's like, is whatever is making me feel this way, is it going to kill me in the next 2 minutes? Is it going to hurt me in the next 2 minutes? If not, just take a breath and
Yeah.
know that in the now you're okay. And I have used that, and it is helpful. It is helpful.
Yeah.
Karen is on. She's got to go to work in 5 minutes, but she's
Oh
so
wow.
happy to see us. It's good to see you too, Karen.
And you, yes, just have a really lovely shift. Enjoy your day at work. Whatever.
Karen works from her home. She is my massage therapist.
Oh wow,
So for
that's nice.
So for anybody that lives in the Elmira area, Karen Harris, if you want to connect with her, you can ask me and I'll give you her information, but she is the best massage therapist that I've ever been to. Love her.
Well, that's a lovely occupation because you're constantly really plugging into the vibrations of other people and you're improving them. So that's a nice, lovely, lovely thing to do.
Yeah, she's one of the only massage therapists that I've ever been to that can read what your body needs and adjust completely.
Oh yes,
Yeah. And that is a true gift.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, sweetie.
Yes, yes, Karen. Yeah. She's sending through a lot of hearts, and I see a lot of heart
That's
bubbles
cool.
blowing up.
That's cool.
I love it. I love it. Um, and I am so grateful that all of you come here and, pay attention to what Mickey and I have to say and listen. And please feel free. I read what you guys say. I try to read them out loud when they happen. I know that there's a little bit of time lag between when I see it and when you actually do the typing. But please feel free to comment anything you like.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
important. The feedback is the back and forth where we can
Mhm.
connect with you on a much more alive vibration than
Yeah.
just watching the video. It's an interchange of energy. So
Yes.
it's important. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Please
we
make this
talked
like
about
this.
we like doing the recordings, but I love doing the lives,
Yes.
so
I
yeah.
do too, yeah.
Hmm. So
There's
recordings
something
when we have to, but we try to be here in person.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in this whole extended period of transformation. You've heard me talking about it before. It's really playing out. We're talking about the Plutonian influence and the fact that it is the transformer. It comes in stealthily in many cases, and when you turn around and look at something and didn't even realize it was changing and had already done so.
Hmm.
And now you've got to deal with the new situation. The
Yes.
new now does not necessarily announce itself on the way in as you create them. They just slip in, So in this case, that warrants some attention because the things it's bringing, as the new things appear, they are bringing often desperate need for you to address them that you had no idea would pop up. So, I'm trying to be diplomatic again, but
She really is.
take a deep breath.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
And it
like I
and it,
said,
and it could be in
stick
all walks of
around.
life, right? It could be work, it could be home, it could be friends, it could
It
be
can especially
grocery
be very
shopping.
deeply personal stuff. Like, oh God, I didn't know that was in trouble. Now
Right.
I gotta handle it.
Right. So here we're supposed to be setting intentions for what we want to, manifest coming up. And we're in a place where, we're having that dark night of the soul that, you have to be very careful about what you intend to want to manifest. You
Well,
know,
the thing about intending is it's a tool, and we can't forget that it's a tool. We're practicing understanding our own power to manifest. We're practicing our godhood, quite literally.
Hmm.
And so, therefore, the very act of intending to manifest something is makes it a practice session where we're learning to explore the real nature of our godhood, because we really can manifest and we can do it instantly, but we've forgotten the exact steps that shorten the period.
Hmm.
So we're kind of relearning to understand this huge power that we have. And it is big, it's
Hmm.
very profound.
And I
So,
think everybody has experienced manifesting something, no matter how long
yeah,
it takes.
yeah, we're all
And
here. So we manifest being there.
right, and that alone is is showing your godhood.
Yeah,
Just that
yeah.
alone. But we, for whatever reason, we pretend it's not there, we ignore it, we whatever. And that's never been a trigger for me. So I hope that that's not a trigger for anyone else, because it's
Well, it's
something
just
that you need
making
to
sure
just
that
accept.
you realize that the intention and that whole thing of us saying we're going to intend, therefore we're going to manifest, that whole thing is just a tool, because you're manifesting whatever your life's supposed to be, you're manifesting it from second to second, period.
Hmm.
Now, in order for us to explore our power of manifestation a little more intimately, then we have these things where we want to set it up and let's watch it demonstrated on this and on that and so forth. But the deal is, if you didn't already understand that you can manifest, you wouldn't be here. So we're fine tuning our awareness, and it's all about what we're really doing.
I love that. Fine tuning our awareness of
Yeah,
ourselves
yes.
and our place here. Yeah. Love it.
Things transform instantly. Like while you were speaking just now, my screen was completely off. It's
Well,
black.
well, you were still here. I could
And
still.
another app came up, and I just
Oh,
quietly iced it out and went back to being here with you people.
interesting. Interesting. So that did not change for us. You know,
No,
right there. Yeah, nice.
no, but
Nice.
I saw something I had to deal with right away.
See
I'm
that?
in back to what I wanted to manifest.
And sometimes triggers come to us, so it's hard to avoid them. And if you're going to avoid them altogether, they probably will come to you in ways that are going to surprise you. Ha, I'm here.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, honey, that's so true.
Yeah, yeah. So, what we've been saying for the past year, so what? Doesn't matter, right? Am I going to be dead in 2 minutes? I'm good.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, well, and if we are, there's a better
So
place.
what?
So what?
We're
Right?
back to that.
That's our new mantra.
You
So
just
what?
move to the next thing.
That's right. That's right. Well, who knows? We may show up and do this anyway.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be a
Exactly.
hoot?
What kind of journey are we on today?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and that brings us to another thought is what kind of journey are we going to do today?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's every day when you get up, that's the mantra is, well, what kind of journey are we on today?
Right, right,
And you
right.
go along living it. You push forward into it. It's like when you tell us to leap through the doorway. That's what we're doing the minute your eyes open.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We were on the other side, and now we're back and hey, let's do this again. Or as Carla B would say, let's get it.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're in what so this we're moving into Pisces, correct?
Yes, I'm already in. Yes,
Oh, we already are in there. Okay.
yes,
We're in Pisces. Okay.
we've stuck our toe in there, and yes, we are in that side.
Pisces water sign, right?
Yes,
We went from air to water.
yeah. You've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's
Okay.
the water signs in order.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But now, what are some of the challenges that have cropped up unexpectedly for you out there? I mean, we're talking about this thing we've been going through for 10 days, and it has been a real trip. But
Hmm.
how has it come to some of you? What is it that it's done that cropped up out of seemingly nowhere and just demanded your attention? Like, fix me, fix me. So,
Hmm.
it would be interesting to hear in the comments what some of you have been through.
Right.
Because we're a volatile bunch now. We got some
Yeah.
hella karma. We,
Yeah.
we go through some stuff.
And what you're going through and how you got through it. Like, because
Hmm.
that can be very helpful to other people.
Yes, to the rest of us.
And I'm going to tell you one of the most significant ways for me to get through is to talk. Right? I love to
Yeah.
talk. So
Hmm.
to verbally articulate what I'm feeling, what is
Yeah.
happening, and I'm so fortunate that I have some very good friends that will allow me to do that and will help me navigate that. Mickey's
Hmm.
one, Carol's another, Mac is another one, Georgianne, Karen. I mean, there's so many of you out there that are so helpful, and you may not even know how helpful you are. Um,
Hmm.
but I find it, you're irreplaceable in my heart. Love
I
you
agree.
all.
Yeah, that connection, even if it's only one, it matters a lot.
It does. It does.
And
Oh,
one of the best is to look in the mirror for an extended period. Just, actually look into your own eyes. And there's a period of settling there where your higher self will be in front of you. And you won't have to wonder because it looks just like you. I mean, you will start to realize you're looking into your own eyes
yeah.
and that you connected with something. Some other part of you is actually there.
Yeah.
It's interesting to go through.
It is, and I will use that as a last resort, but I certainly reach out to human beings first
I don't usually. I think I reach more internally,
internally.
but
Yeah,
that's a very Scorpion thing.
I'm not quite there yet. Like Miss Leo just has to be heard.
Well, one thing about Scorpio, when we come, we don't leave the other side completely. People talk all the time about how psychic Scorpio is and how deep and all about the mysteries of life and philosophy. But we never completely left. So
Oh.
we have one foot on that side and one foot on this side.
Hmm.
So, for instance, when we're doing a meditation or something, you really just slip back over the divide
Hmm.
very, very, very easily. Sometimes much more easily than you even realize. We're saying, "No, I don't know why I can't seem to get deep." You were deep.
Mm.
You went back to the deep because we come here and straddle the gate to the other side. And I know that's true. Even for those Scorpios who aren't aware of it, they do it constantly.
Hmm.
May
And I
not acknowledge it even.
I think it's starting to happen for others as well,
Exactly.
just not as natural.
And
So it's a
people
little
don't,
wobbly.
yeah, they don't like it. And,
Hmm.
that abrupt image of the other side. And like, oh no, I thought it, but I thought,
Hmm. Now, I will say that
oh,
the more you do these quantum jumps, the easier and quicker they begin to happen.
exactly.
So practicing it on your own, easily just closing your eyes, doing the 333, 222, 111. You can imagine just being at the bottom of the staircase, or you can count yourself
Right.
down 10 times, whatever you want to do, and then just imagine that door and set your intentions for what you want to have happen on the other side of the door. And it could be anything at all. Like I
Yeah.
can't, I try to think of different things that would would
Deep.
that a group of people would like. So something very generic.
Yeah.
But you can make your own so personal, so specific, something that I could never know. And no one has to know but you.
Well, sometimes instead of coming downstairs one by one, I simply stand next to a dark curtain and I pick up the number on a piece of paper or cardboard and I hang it on the curtain.
Yeah.
And so that gets me very focused on what I'm doing for
So
each
funny,
number.
Mickey. So in the world of hypnosis, that is an analytical way to do
Oh,
hypnosis
really?
because it gives your ego brain something to do
Yes,
while your higher self is saying, "But here we're going to go and do this."
yes. Well, it certainly works for
It's
me
it's
when I don't
very
have
deep.
much focus or I'm
Mhm.
feeling
Yes.
erratic. Then I find that the more I have to do to get the number in front of me, then the more I'm aware that I'm going down the numbers or up or whatever. But I'm very much more focused at
Oh,
that point.
we could try that one today. I can add that to it. That's cool.
Oh,
And let people
whatever.
experience it. I mean, I'm very versed in that one. And it's funny because it is really black velvet and you're
Hmm.
putting white numbers on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that is
Yeah.
something that really works for me when I'm having trouble getting in there.
Another one is to imagine a chalkboard in front of you.
Yes,
You have a piece of chalk and you have an eraser. And
right.
you make a circle, however big you want it, you make a big circle, and then you have to draw the alphabet one at a
Uh-huh.
time backwards. So
Oh,
you do an A and then you erase the A, but don't erase the
uh-huh.
circle. You can't break the circle, so just the A, and then a B backwards, and then
Oh,
erase the B, and then a C backwards, and you keep going through the whole alphabet
okay.
without getting rid of that circle. It gives the same effect as the
Right.
curtain, except you've got 32 as opposed to 10.
Mm-hmm.
So those are little tricks that I learned when I did the hypnosis classes, and it's something that like I also learned Dolores Cannon's QHHT method,
Hmm.
and they do not give a way to do that for analytical people. And I found it very difficult.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I happen to be very analytical.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily my favorite meditations, but they're very, very effective.
I agree. There are two classes of, well, at least two classes of meditation. And depending on what you want to accomplish, then you find what works.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Connie has a comment. She says, last dark moon, I'd sat with a swirling mess and figured out it was being scared. This
Oh.
one has refined to that feeling vulnerable. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think I feel that too. Yeah. There's a huge vulnerability.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thank you
Wow.
for sharing, Connie.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
It is, it is. And this past 2 week period that we've been talking about, I did go from being very frightened, very scared, and not being effective at anything I've ever done to then being very vulnerable and
Yeah.
but there's more of a peacefulness right now. Like
Mhm.
today, I feel very calm today. I feel that there's a peace right here, and maybe it's because I can feel all the energy of all of you. Mickey and I try to get together at least once a day, and I always feel better after we're together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lifeline.
And
Yeah.
sometimes we talk about our triggers, or sometimes we just silliness.
Well, we have some of the things that make us laugh are when we get these confirmations of the fact that we're probable selves or counterparts of each other, and we're living two sides of a particular theme. So we get all these things that crop up to illustrate that. And when I got on we have been talking on Messenger, but not face to face. And when I finally got on face to face yesterday, as soon as it popped up, Kate says, "Oh my God, we're twinning. We're twins." We were dressed exactly alike.
Exactly the same.
Very strange.
We had, and it wasn't, it was unusual colors even. We had orange, orange. It was just so bizarre.
It was very, very strange. And we get those synchronicities happening all the time.
We do. We do. And
Whatever
it's
she's going
almost,
through.
now it's almost unusual if when we get together we don't have them.
Right. Exactly. So I've accepted the thing of trying to understand being able to live life watching a counterpart live another view of the exact thing you're going through.
Mhm.
And it helps with perspective.
It does. It does. Yeah. And then to be able to talk about it freely is that's my gift. You know, I receive that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So I don't know, would anybody like to chime in and say where you'd like to go when we do this quantum jump? I mean, we can walk through the dark night of the soul and come out to the sunrise.
Or we can start with a beautiful sunrise and
And
let
just
it
stay there
yeah,
on a beach.
right.
Absolutely.
Something lovely. Something lovely.
Yeah.
And we quite often sit here and get all involved in what we're saying and have a very extended time before we do the meditation. This time, I've been really holding myself back from saying, "Hey, can we go now? Can we go to the
I
meditation?"
know. I almost feel that pull. It's like,
Well,
I'm
I
ready, I'm
do.
ready. Yeah.
I do. And I don't know what I'm going to find when we go, but I know I'm anxious to see.
And I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I will do the black velvet and instead of the 10 steps down and that will help.
I
And
love it.
and that's something that you guys can just do on your own. I'll set you up though for it.
Yeah, we'll see
Well,
when we get back. We'll see why was I so anxious to hurry up and go.
I know. I know. Well,
It's
let
pulling on me. It's
it's
pulling
pulling
on
on you. Okay. Oh boy, this is a lot of pressure, pressure. Okay. Well, so glad to have you all here, and I hope you just are in a very comfortable place, that you're supported, your neck is supported, and that you're very, very relaxed. Now, know that every time we take an in breath, we relax deeper and deeper. And then with each exhale, we release any energies that we don't need, that we don't want. So let's start with 3 of those kind of breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And one more in and out. And again in and hold this one and out. Beautiful. Now, let's just relax our body now that we're all in the same energetic space together. And I'm just going to mention different parts of the body. And as I do, just put your focus on them and then release any tensions that you might be holding there. All right? Let's start at the top of your head, your scalp, in your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. Just part your teeth slightly, allowing all energies there to just flow out. Relax your neck and your shoulders. If you find that they're up near your ears, just let them droop down. And your arms your hands. You can even wiggle your fingers a little bit, releasing any tensions being held there. And focused on your chest. Feel the rise and the fall of your chest with each breath. Going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Relax your back, all the way down your spine to your lower back. Release your belly. Right, if you find you've been holding your belly in, just let it go soft and relaxed. Focus on your hips and relax your hips and your buttocks. Relax your thighs and your calves, your ankles, and your feet. Wiggle your toes. Feel that energy that is just streaming in through the crown of your head, running all the way down your body, just helping to pull out any energies that are still within your body and let them pour out your feet to the earth. You are now completely relaxed. Now I would like for you to use your imagination. And I would like for you to imagine that there's a curtain in front of you, black velvet curtain. And next to you is a box. And in that box are white numbers. And they are numbered from 1 to 10. And what I would like for you to do is to take each number and place it, starting with 1, place it on the curtain. It will stick. And then remove it from the curtain and place it back in the box. And I would like for you to do this all the way up to the number 10. And I will give you plenty of time to do this. Begin. Now stop wherever you are. And if you have not gotten to 10 yet, I would like for you to take 10 out of the box and place it on the black velvet curtain. And then remove it and place it back in the box. Wonderful. Now, as always, we're going to do that 3 to 1 count to go down into our meditation room. Okay? 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Now, as we are in our meditation room, notice the quantum door that is in this room. And you're standing in front of this door. And I would like for you to set your intentions on who you would like to get to know. Anybody. It could be a counterpart of yourself. It could be somebody that is alive that you would like to talk to. It could be someone that has passed away years and years ago or just yesterday. It could be a spirit, an angel. Your imagination is the limit. So, whatever you can imagine, this is what you're going to find. Now, I'm going to talk you through the door, and we're going to go to a beautiful meadow where the sun is shining, and it's a gorgeous spring day with flowers, beautiful scents, the sound of birds and little animals. And once we get there, you will have plenty of time to meet your being. Are we ready? I'm going to count to 3. And on that count of 3, the door is going to open and you're going to quantum jump through that door. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The door is open. You can cross that threshold. Now, as always, we are outside and we are going to walk on the path that we can see in front of us. Take note that there is a creek or a river, there is running water beside us, and we're just going to follow that path. And as you're following the path, breathing very slowly, taking in the smells and the sight and the sounds of nature all around you. And the path is a pretty straight line. You can see there are trees in front of you, but there's an opening in the trees, and we're going to head for that opening. Once we get through that opening, we see a little field of beautiful flowers. The trees are giving some shade, but the sun is shining on other parts. And as we're getting closer and closer to this opening, we see on the other side of this little meadow the being that you want to talk to, the being that you want to spend some time with. Now, in this meadow, there are places to sit, there are benches, there is the soft grass, whatever you wish to do. But this is going to be your time to spend with your being, and I'm going to give you plenty of time. So we're now at the opening, and you see your being. They are standing, welcoming you to come over. And I'm going to be silent now for a few minutes, allowing you to have the conversation that you have been dreaming of. Now is the time to thank your being. Show such gratitude for the conversation, for the fact that they either answered questions for you or helped you to understand something you were curious about, or that they just took the time to chit chat with you. Whatever it is that you need to do, hug them, thank them. We are so grateful that the spirit world shows up for us when we ask. And now it's time to return, and you can take your time. We're going to walk slowly back to where the quantum door is. So walk through the meadow, through the opening in the trees, walking along the path next to the river or stream, taking time to pay attention to the birds and the little animals, noticing a special flower along the way, the smell of fresh grass, the smell of the mud where the water is rushing over. This is the most calming and peaceful place that we can imagine, where all the little animals and plants all get along. They're all friendly. And we can see the quantum door. We're almost there. And it's time to jump back through that door to your healing room, your meditation room. And I'll give you a moment to all collect. And when you get inside, the quantum door starts to close. But know that it's only closing for this moment. Anytime you stand in front of that door, your intentions to have it open and to go into your quantum world is always open for you to do that. So now, as we're in our meditation room, let's just sit in one of our chairs or lie on one of our couches and just reflect and process what just happened. It was a beautiful encounter with a being that only you know the way you know them. And I'm going to give us some time here to reflect, to process, before it's time to come back to our broadcast. And I'll give you a few minutes here. Beautiful. through processing, we have walked through whatever questions we've had. We come out on the other side more sure of ourselves, knowing our Godhood. Now, I am going to count to 5. And when I get to 5, you are going to be wide awake with your eyes wide open. And you're going to feel like you've had a wonderful nap. You're going to be completely rested and refreshed. You will remember everything that has happened. You will remember everything you're being said, how they acted, how they felt, what their vibration was. Are you ready? 1, 2, starting to come out of this meditation. 3, coming up very nicely. 4, you're starting to breathe a little deeper. You are starting to move a little bit, wiggle a little bit. And 5, eyes wide open, fully awake, feeling better than ever. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I will see you.
Very nice. I'm very slow coming back, but that
Yeah.
was good.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that and got to meet with your being. Could have been a friend, could have been anybody. Anybody. Could have been your neighbor.
Or even another of yourselves.
Oh, that is so true. Yeah. Yes. So how's everybody doing out there? Okay, I'm hearing from Connie. She said thank you. You're very welcome, Connie. Thank you for being with us.
It's a nice feeling. Deep into the meditation, you're realizing that you're just like in a hammock or in somebody's folded arms, and you're just going back and forth comfortably doing your thing.
Yeah. It was so strange to me because I mean, I kind of look at a clock every now and then, and it took us 4 minutes to walk to the quantum door.
Oh,
I
okay.
know. 4 minutes. I was blown away by that. I'm like, whoa.
But it not only worked, but coming back, I was aware of literally hanging in the air in front of the door, the open door, and
Mm,
seeing both things, the lighted reality of the lab beyond the open
mhm.
door, and me hovering in the air in the darkness of space, ready to go back in. And it was as if there was like a rope ladder down from the doorway that I could just step up, step up, step up, and then go back through.
Interesting.
But
Interesting.
I was very aware of this different view
Hmm.
of being out there looking in to where I was going to go to come back.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Nice.
It was a very smooth transition both ways.
So, deeper still when we do the black velvet
I
curtain.
think so.
Yeah.
I like that very much. And I was very pleasantly surprised at how it felt. And
Yeah.
it is different for me.
So
But
the black velvet curtain one is directly from Bert Goldman.
hey, no wonder.
Uh-huh. And the chalkboard was from hypnosis class.
Yeah,
So yeah, I actually learned more about hypnosis doing Bert Goldman's classes and didn't realize that's what I was learning.
yeah.
I had to I had to pay to go to hypnosis school to actually know what I had learned already. Just craziness. So,
Okay. It was
but yeah, I thought you would like to hear that.
an experience whose far as it comes. Well, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And when I would do Bert's, his were all recordings. So he would always he never gave me enough time to finish anything.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm sure because he just didn't want, dead air on people's recordings.
Right.
So I try to watch that to make sure that I give people enough
It's
time.
very important.
Yeah, yeah,
At least to me it is. I really need that
yeah,
when it's offered. It's a good point at which I go through some other things.
yeah. And this group especially, this group kind of all, gives me that same feedback. The longer I give them, the better.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So,
this one was a little longer than most
was
because
it?
I,
Oh, I thought it was
not
okay.
not the whole meditation, just the
Okay,
quiet
well,
time,
the whole thing
because
too
I
long.
because I felt like there was just a lot to talk about with the person that you needed to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was very important.
Hmm. Hmm.
That was a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I
And
really,
then being in nature, how many of us, it's been winter here, in this part of the world. We've been inside so much. There is, we're starting now in the mornings, you're hearing chirping of the spring birds are starting to come up. But it's been so quiet and it's been so cold or wet that, they're just, I'm not in nature for sure. I'm locked in this house.
but I'm aware that the temperature here just dropped.
But we can be in that nature whenever we want.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is just as effective as going out in the yard and listening to the birds.
I agree.
Hmm. How's everybody else doing? Yeah, it's so crazy how Facebook does this. It tells me this live video has ended. It will be available to watch on your timeline shortly. And I
Oh,
know darn well it's still live. I know that. Um,
yeah.
but that's what, oh yeah, it turns it off for me, and I don't really know why it does that. And I do want to tell people too that I do edit these. I put them up on YouTube, and I will share them to my page and Speaking with Kate, because apparently Facebook is going to delete all the old ones. And so all the lives are only going to be allowed to be on for 30 days. So if you want to go back to old ones, you're going to have to do the YouTube stuff. But they're all on there. And when I give the link to it here, you'll be able to just, please do subscribe. I always forget to say this. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up because that helps the algorithm that is going to show this to more people. So the more thumbs up we get on YouTube, the more people are going to see. Somebody just went by my window. It was very distracting. Um, so that helps bring this information to other people, to more people. Um, but they will always be available on YouTube. And if you subscribe, and you can even subscribe and hit that little bell for notifications and say all, then every time I put one up, you will get a notification of that. And I try to do them, I'm going to try to do it tonight, but if not, tomorrow maybe. I try to get to the last one was awful. I didn't get to it for like 5 days. And I'm like, it's going to be time to do two of them if I don't get this done. So, yeah. But it's,
It's supposed to be.
yeah, it's a pleasure going through this transformation with all of you. I'm so appreciative that I have such a beautiful group to navigate this new world that we're emerging into. And that's exactly how it feels to me.
Mm-hmm. It is just, it's an amazing process. These particular trying times, but they're gratifying.
Hmm.
Especially once you get through a particular challenge, it's like, phew, handle that.
Hmm.
So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm going to give a shameless plug here. I did the one last time for Georgianne for her place, but, Carol and I are working on a project and it's on Discord. So
Hmm.
for anybody that is interested in joining our Discord, if you, first of all, I would check your computer to make sure you don't already have a Discord account because I found that a lot of people have accounts and they've forgotten about them. And then if they make a new account, it kind of muddles things up. So check your computer, see if you have a Discord account. If you don't, go ahead and make one and then, drop me a line and I will send you an invite to our Discord page. And we are going to be doing some classes over there. We're going to be doing some live things, possibly something like what we're doing here. But we're trying to bring more people in to teach and it's free to be there. The classes, of course, will cost money, but it's free to be in the group, and you have a chance to be on and chat with each other. So there's video chat, there's typing chat. We started doing a little library on there for metaphysical things. So we're just in the beginnings of getting it going, but I encourage people to pop over there, get yourself a Discord account, and then I will give you more information. As a matter of fact, I'll put it in the YouTube stuff, the invitation to our particular server on Discord. Yeah. Mickey's over there. We've done a few things together, and it's so nice. Like, okay, you guys are on Facebook and you can type, but over on Discord, you could just talk to us. We could just all talk together. It is very private. It is not recorded, so it's not you're not going to have a replay of anything, and it's just very different than what we do here. So and I enjoy it very much. Carol, do you want to say anything? I'm sure she's on, but she's not saying anything. I don't see her. Well, she can type if she wants to. Oh gosh. Do you think we should draw this to a close? We're almost at an hour and a half again. That seems to be our normal.
I think so. I have a lot of processing to still continue to do. I'm just gonna pause. I'm like still in the glow of having been out in the quantum. So
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope everybody feels that way. And, know that you can re-listen to this and, join the meditation. I'll do the meditation separate as well. So, and I'll just call it, I don't know, meet your being.
just put the meditation on from whatever particular one it is. That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, all right. Well, I think we're gonna draw this one to a close. I still don't see Carol saying anything, so hopefully she drops a note in here and y'all can see it. But
Okay,
I thank everybody for being with us, and we'll see you on the other side of this dark night of the soul.
I enjoyed it. Bye,
Bye
everyone.
bye. Love you. Bye.